All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Hey everyone, my name is Marcus Kidd, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Um, in the past, I've uploaded some videos just that have mainly been purpose-based, so either for a school project or something related to my job that's meant to help inform others. But these types of new videos that I hope to be making on a more regular basis will be just more about me. I used to journal for a bit, and I went off and on for a while, and I was really just reflecting and thinking about that recently. And I kind of miss journaling, but with that, I know that the art of just writing something down in the book, I know that with modern day antics, it's not something that's sustainable for me. When I think about it, I journaled back in like 2017 for a bit, stopped, and then I came back to journal exactly 2 years later um, from that date that I stopped. And I was just thinking, what can be something more sustainable so that I can still share more about myself with myself, but also give back in a way to others too, that may be thinking the same things that I am. And so, what a great way to help start building a new community as well online. And I have my notes right here too. So where am I from? So I was born and raised in Manhattan, Kansas. My parents met by way of the military, and that's what brought them to Manhattan. My dad was stationed there. And then I'm the younger one of two, me and my older sister, Tansy. Um, After I was born, that's when we decided to kind of settle down in Manhattan. So I lived here all my life, and it's been a great experience. With school right now, I've been at K-State for two of my degrees so far, working on my third one. My bachelor's is in psychology, and then my master's is in counseling and student development. And then I'm actually working on my doctorate right now in counseling and student development as well. And so I hope to graduate with my PhD in 2021. So that's by the time I turn 30. So fingers crossed there. And as for goals, would love to work in student affairs at an institution. Um, right now, I have my sights set on moving to Los Angeles and just relocating, starting a new life, if you will, and wanting to work on a campus there and do work with either student activities, student success, student engagement, really anything that really works with that student life aspect. That's what I'm really passionate about, and that's what my background is, and professionally with the roles I've held throughout my time here at K-State. So fingers crossed that I can make all those things happen. I'm sharing it with you all to hopefully keep myself accountable as well when that time comes. We're going to start making some big decisions. Jobs wise, so I've been working multiple jobs since basically I've turned 16. When I turned 16, like on my birthday, I started working at the local movie theater in town, which was Carmack Cinemas, which is now owned and operated by AMC. And I guess we changed locations. The one I started working at was on our west side of town near Target, and the new one is on the east side of town, attached to the mall where Sears used to be. So, but just more details. But I worked there since I was 16. And so this is going to be my 13th year there. If that gives any indication to how old I am. So I've been there for a while, and I, started from the bottom and worked as a concessionist, and then worked in the box office, worked as an usher, and then worked as a projectionist when I turned 18, and then started supervising. And so that's just been an amazing experience. And I've always kind of had the movie theater as a good safety net, if you will, or a good backup plan. There's definitely options for advancement and growth there. And so definitely things just to keep in my back pocket if I need to, which is really nice. But other jobs that I've held in the past, I used to work retail at Hollister in the mall, back when we had our Hollister there. I started there, I think around 2008, and worked there for about 2 years until like 2010. Our store location closed down. So rest in peace, store 30426. Yeah, that was our store number. But it was fun. It was a really great way to make new friends, and working retail is a unique art, and so I thank those that do that now. And so yeah, it's been a unique experience I've been able to have on my belt. Um, I used to work as a parking director for K-State athletics, so helping cars get into their parking stalls at the football stadium. It was a nice job, and you got to see some of the games for free, which was nice. But yeah, it was a good job, and again, another good way to build some connections to make some friends. Not the big sports, I'm not the biggest sports person, and so watching the games wasn't that big of a benefit to me. And I did it for a few years, but it was one winter that just my health kind of took a turn for the worst, and really thinking about what could I do to cut out some things that could be affecting my health. And staying outside in the freezing cold for hours on end was something that I did not want to do for very much longer. So I decided to move on to the next thing there. But going more to the student affairs side, I've been really blessed to have some different positions that have really helped me kind of grow in my craft with working in student affairs and like student engagement. So as like an undergraduate student, I worked as an orientation leader, so that's been fun. That was fun being able to welcome new students uh, to campus, and that's kind of relates to what I do now, my current role with K-State. Um, but other things, worked as a graduate assistant for our student activities office. It used to be called OSAS, the Office of Student Activities and Services. I also worked there as an undergraduate student as well. So worked there for undergrad for a year, then I quit, then I came back senior year or my fifth year, and then went into grad school and then transitioned to the graduate assistant position. Um, and did that for a time. I also worked as a graduate assistant in our Office of Greek Affairs, which then turned into Office of Fraternity Sorority Life. And so that was a really fun experience too, being able to work with our council leadership, so our interfraternity council, Panhellenic Council. I helped do a lot of programming. When I started working in the Office of Fraternity Sorority Life, I also was working or volunteering my time as an advisor. And so, just due to the somewhat conflict of interest, it was decided that that because of that, just not to make waves, then the tasks that I'd be given in the office would just be not as close to advising chapters or chapter leadership, because I was already doing it myself with the chapter that I was in. Um, and so, which is fine. Was able to do a lot. I was a graduate assistant for special projects. And so was able to kind of get my hands wrapped in a lot of different things regarding like strategic growth and development. Again, mainly was the programming aspect. So working with our different constituent groups to put on different events for the better of the Greek community. That was a lot of fun. Practicum experiences wise, so for my program we had to have like internships, basically unpaid internships or practicums. And so for me, I did one in the career center, which was a lot of fun. I got to help with our drop-in service, where students could literally just drop in at any point between um, like 12 and 4. And so if they wanted to have the resume critiqued or help with interview prep, then they could just pop on in to like talk with one of us. And so it was me and like 2 to 3 other grad students in the office, which was fun. And so it's really great to help build up some connection to make some new relationships there too. But that was a lot of fun, and I got to help out with a little bit of the special event side as well, being able to shadow career meetups and like helping with seeing how like the career fairs were put together and everything, which was again just awesome. And then my other practicum experience for my master's program was in new student services, and I really admire the work that our new student services team does here at K-State. I've always been very envious of the type of work they get to do and the students that they get to interact with. And I was able to get a taste of it being an orientation leader. And so I was able to kind of get another experience being a grad student in their office. But I got to help lead and coordinate a program for our all university open house, which if you don't know what that is, then that is a day where we invite so many different guests and constituents to campus. And over time, it's kind of been transformed to be a little bit of a recruitment tool, which is pretty cool. And so part of the day that I got to help lead was our VIP junior program. So working with teachers all across the state to get nominations for students that we can invite to the special day. And so we got to invite them to campus where they could hear more about like some tips and tricks for applying for scholarships. They got to hear from our vice president for student life, Dr. Bosco. And so there's a lot of great fun experiences. And it really kind of helped get me acclimated to the type of work that I would find myself doing in the future. Which again, very blessed to be able to work with those people there at the time to have that experience. Okay, other student affairs jobs. So I worked for our K-State Alumni Association for a time, and it was a really fun experience. During my undergrad involvement wise, I was involved with our student homecoming committee. And so that was kind of the part that translated to my interest in wanting to apply for the job that I had. I was the assistant director of student programs. And so I was really doing a lot of programming. So programming for basically past, present, and future students. And so the job really does help set you up for that success of really just the high amount of workload that normally comes with student affairs positions, but working with so many different constituent groups and populations, it really kind of helps get you accustomed to working with administrators and working with prospective students, working with graduating students, working with current students, and so I was very lucky to have that experience as well, and I'd say one of the highlights of that was just being able to help advise, being able to advise different student groups. So one group I got to advise was our homecoming committee, of course, and so it's just amazing to kind of see a group of like 40 to 50 people come together, and we're all purpose to have this project that we need to take on, which is homecoming, and the months of like blood, sweat, tears that we put into putting this on for the betterment of our university, of the campus in general, and for the city of Manhattan. A lot goes in to making homecoming happen, and so being able to kind of help with writing the playbook to it, it's just so amazing. And so it's really helped me understand how bigger, larger scale events work and how much time and effort it takes for the very start to the very end of executing it all, putting it all together, and really not underestimating the value that everyone has a part to play and the success of something as big as homecoming. So super blessed with that. But the other group of students that stole my heart in that position was our student alumni board. And I still miss them so much to this day. And our student alumni board, or SAB, if you will, they were like our cream of the crop students on the campus that we really just worked with them on with different programming events that we had throughout the year. So they helped lead our Wildcats Forever initiative. They helped with some of our events that were for graduating students. If there was something programming going on that was happening to the Alumni Association, at least with my position, SAB, they were a big part of it. And it was amazing just to have the opportunity to help help mold them, help mentor them. And, I myself am not perfect. And so I really think that I used part of my time there with the Alumni Association to help learn from the students that I was serving as well, which is really nice. And so again, I miss them lots. But the most recent position that I'm in is with the College of Education at K-State. And my position is the Assistant Director of Enrollment Management and Institutional Partnerships at the College of Education Center for Student Success and Professional Services. So that's a mouthful, which is fun. And so I normally abbreviate the title as appropriate, but this has been in a really amazing position. And I'm really blessed to be able to step into the position at this time. And so it has to do a lot with recruitment, obviously. And so there's a lot of like helping out with campus visits, a lot with helping out with event days. And, there's always so much happening. And what's really great is that I'm blessed to serve as the primary advisor for our ambassadors. And so what I was doing with Homecoming and with SAB, I'm kind of doing now with our ambassador group, and I get to work with them on special programming and everything. And in all of my experiences so far that I've had in student affairs with students, like student leaders, students that want to be involved and engaged on campus, it's really kind of helped me reflect and realize like this is why I do what I do. The why is what I challenge you all to have as you go through life. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? What's the purpose behind it? And because I think that if you can find your why, then everything else falls into place. Everything happens as it should, the good and the bad. Sometimes you can't have the good without having the bad. And so I've learned to try and have an optimistic lens there through my different trials and tribulations of life. Um, but I'll get into more. I'll get into more things later with future videos. Hopefully I can go back and kind of fill in more of just more about me, so that y'all can learn more about me. And if you have a question or anything, or just feel free to drop a line. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Obviously, definitely want to try and make again more videos just to share more about myself with the world. And kind of this cheesy thought of working to make like time capsule videos, if you will, that can just live on the internet for forever. So even after I'm long and gone, this could still be content that someone can use to learn more about me years from now. So yeah, so again, I hope to get more into the habit of doing this. And I'm almost at like 17 minutes, and I feel like I haven't been talking that much at all, but I've been able to do so much more with speaking and looking at a camera versus writing something in a book. So let's hope that these can continue. But yeah, if you want to learn about anything specific that I haven't covered or that I've already covered, then let me know and drop a line. And hope to learn more about you through this journey as well. So yeah, thanks for tuning in. Hope to see you guys next time.